Hey guys, it's Danny. Try something new today. I really been trying to figure out what I wanted to record, and I've got a bunch of old songs. I got some stacked over here, and I got a bunch more in the closet. But I figured I would do something a little different and maybe try to take y'all through the process of writing a song. This video may be a little bit longer, and I don't even have a song. I'd mentioned earlier, I think in another video or another, and maybe in the description, that I was thinking about doing a song where someone just make a suggestion, and I would take that suggestion and try to write a song around it. And I am very nervous talking to the camera because I'm not used to this, so I gotta act like you're a person, I guess. So anyway, I got my old Martin out, my auditorium, that I did the Led Zeppelin cover on, and I still got it tuned to the Led Zeppelin tuning. So that's the way that song went started. So it's in that tuning, so I figured I would play with that and see if I could come up with a little tune. So what I've started with is, I don't even know what the chords are called, but I guess it's 0, starting at the bottom, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 0. So I'm gonna do the strumming. It'd be like, then move the second string down to 4. So let's see. Let's change that. I play by ear. I didn't like the way that sounded. I was going to do a video on that. Actually, I thought about doing that on the Strat over there. Back when I learned how to play years ago, as a kid, there was no such thing as YouTube. So you couldn't have somebody go in there and explain exactly what they're doing. You had to listen to the album, which was a piece of vinyl that had grooves in it. And I'm sure most people know what albums are. A lot of people's gone back to vinyl. But you would have to listen to the song. You would have to set the needle back on a particular part if you didn't learn it. A lot of times I would slow it down to 33 RPM, which is revolutions per minute, to make the album turn slower, which would play the song slower, and it would help you figure the part out, or even maybe just cut it off and use your finger to turn it and say, oh, what are they doing there? But then you got to get it in the right key, which brings up another subject. One song I was going to illustrate, which I'll still do on another video, was Two Rolling Stone by Robin Trower. When I learned that, I learned it off the album, right? Because we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have near the media, TikTok, any of that. We didn't have nothing. We didn't have internet. So didn't have computers, if you can imagine that. No cell phones, no nothing. So anyway, you'd listen to it and learn it. So when I learned Two Rolling Stone, I learned it wrong. I didn't know that Robin Trower tuned down to E flat. So when I learned it in standard tuning. So I played everything wrong, even though it sounds right. But I was having to make my E flat, a D slid up, and then I'd start here in that position instead of like that. So anyway, long story short, that's I don't know what I was talking about. I got a phone tantrum. So anyway, Oh, I was off on because of play by ear. So I'm playing by ear, right? That sounds good, right? But this sounds better. A little more full, and that's, so I like that. So I'm going to start with that. And we're going to go, so it'll be 0, 5, 0, 0, 5, 0. And I'm muting the top string. Don't need that. See? So mute that. And that's a pretty good sounding chord, right? So I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to step down to 4 on the second string, and then open on the second string, then back to 4, I think, is what I was trying to do. Just sliding down. Then I'm going to go 0, 0, 0, 5, 3, 0. So that'll be my follow-up chord. So anyway, this is going to be a song someday, probably by the end of the day. If not by the end of the day, by the end of the week, definitely. So. That's a little bit drastic. So what can we go to from here? That might work. Let's try that. So we've almost got a verse, right? So we're going to have to go back and write some words and try to figure out a melody for that. So that could just be the introduction, don't know yet. I'm going to grab this chord here now with those two fingers so I can stretch out and make my changes there. So trying to get fancy now. How can we do that easier? Maybe. Anyway, I have to work on that. Open. back down, play that open. That's a good thing about playing in open tuning. When you're playing in open tuning, it's easy to find something that will fit. So if I do that slide up, right? This video is getting. Let's see where we're at. So we're at 11 minutes. Anyway, I'm going to put up more videos and we're going to work through this until we make a whole song out of it. Hopefully a decent song. Let's do a little bit more. Let's see if we can come off of that turnaround and maybe develop a chorus. So let's see where we're at here. Keep forgetting where I'm at because I don't have a song yet. Alright, so it's getting a little long. We're getting close to 13 minutes, almost 15 minutes. Try to run through it once without any mistakes. And next time we visit, I'll try to have a little more structured content for what we just wrote. Which we're writing this live. This is not, I didn't have anything made up when I started. I was actually going to play, like I say, I was going to do that Robin Trower thing. But I thought this would be fun to just go through the process. And I decided I was wanting to play around with some alternate tunings. I already had this one tuned. So let's give it a shot here. think that's enough. I think that's workable. I kind of like the tune. Now, how am I coming up with the tune? Like I say, I learned to play by ear, which I think is good. I did take a guitar lesson once in my life. Back when I was in the Navy, I think I was probably 19. I went in the Guitar Center down at in Charleston, South Carolina, when I was stationed down there. It's when I wrote that song, Simple Song, and a few more songs. But walked in Guitar Center there and talked to the guy about taking lessons, and we sat down. He had a student at the time, and I sat down in the guitar room where they had the guitars hanging on the wall. They had a separate little room there with amps where you could plug up. And I sat down in there and started playing Black Dog by Led Zeppelin. And so when I got in the room, my instructor asked me to show him how to play that. So I showed my instructor how to play Black Dog, and he offered to teach me how to play the theme from MASH, which I didn't really want to learn to play. So he wrote down a few scales that he thought would help me, and a few jazz chords, which I use every once in a while, playing around with just to pick some leads over. I can show you my lesson. I may have that around here actually in a little plastic folder with actually the words to Simple Song. I think the original, where I scribbled that out, and maybe some more lyrics are in there. But I think I still have that lesson. I actually showed it to my nephew when I was teaching him how to play, and gave him the same scales and stuff. So anyway, that's enough for today. Like I say, I'm not good with the talking part. I'm going to learn as we go along. Hopefully y'all can help me out. If you have any comments or suggestions for our song we're going to write together, feel free. If you've got a catch line, I was thinking something along sunrise, sunset. It was kind of. I don't know. Anyway, I was thinking for some reason I got the words sunrise, sunset. I've actually got them on the computer over here already. But if you have any ideas, some lyrics or something, a melody, you can feel free to attach it. You can email me at dmerciers. I'll put that in the chat, my email, so you can email me if you want to co-write it with me. If you've got like a good bass line you want to put on it, or if you want to do drums or something, we'll try to email back and forth, and we'll put some tracks together and see what we can come up. I think that'll be fun, like a little co-write project. Anyway, I'm going to jump off here. It's good seeing you guys. Look forward to getting back together. Now we're at almost 20 minutes. I guess I do know how to talk a little bit. Anyway, y'all have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.